New York City is one of the most dynamic and fascinating destinations to visit, so be prepared to do a lot more than just visit. New York City & Company, New York City's official destination marketing organization and convention and visitors bureau, announced 22 reasons to visit New York City in 2022 on February 22, 2022, to showcase the city's amazing attractions this year and strengthen tourism. In today's video, we'll be helping you a little by narrowing down this list and giving you the top 8 best things to do in New York City in 2022. Starting from our number 8. New York, what's new? The Vessel. Even if you're not new to the city, Hudson Yards will be unfamiliar territory. After decades of being a semi-abandoned industrial area, Hudson Yards has surfaced in Midtown Manhattan and is currently under construction to accommodate shopping centers and luxury homes. The Vessel gets a lot of attention in this futuristic new neighborhood of Manhattan, or the Hive, as many call it. This building, which is somewhere between an architectural jewel and a tourist attraction or viewpoint, stands out not just for its outside appearance, but also for the optical games and vistas it provides visitors. The views from the top of the Vessel Tower in New York City are absolutely incredible. The Hudson River, adjacent buildings, the Shed Cultural Center, and the Highline Park can all be seen. I encourage you to go inside and make your judgments. I bet you won't stop taking Instagram pictures. How about number 7? Enjoy a great drink on one of the city's nicest rooftops. After a long day of sightseeing, guided tours, and strolling, continuing to enjoy the sights and lights while sipping a cocktail is a must. If the views from one of the city's observatories aren't enough for you, you may continue to admire them from one of Manhattan's beautiful rooftops or terraces. Although the views aren't as spectacular, and almost none of them offer 360-degree views of the city due to the other towers in the city, they usually have live music and a distinctly New York feel. That always seems like a good way to end a busy day of sightseeing in the city to me. Finding these small pubs or roofs might be difficult at times, so I've produced a list of what I consider to be the best rooftops in New York. Now let's see what's in number 6. A Hudson River cruise is a great way to disconnect from the tourist traps. Sailing the Hudson River allows you to take a break from the long hikes while taking in views of the Manhattan skyline, crossing the Brooklyn Bridge beneath you, and getting up close to the Statue of Liberty for a better look. Most importantly, there are excursions and itineraries to suit all budgets, from a 1-hour tour to a luxury cruise with supper and live music, as well as Hudson cruises for families with children. Dare to attempt it and, even if it's cold, bundle up and head out on deck to get the best shots. And I'll tell you right now that a dinner cruise on the Hudson may be the highlight of your vacation. Have you tried getting around using the ferry? The Hudson River is one of the city's most prominent features, and crossing it by subway, train, or ferry is the only means to get out of Manhattan. Even if the boat is not as comfy as the cruise ships, I find the ferry to be a terrific way to get around the city while taking in the sights of the skyline. Make sure you won't miss number 5. Take advantage of the finest international cuisine. Yes, I get that burgers aren't exactly what you think of when you think of hot cuisine. But the beauty of New York is that you can eat anything, from the cheapest fast foods to the best pasta, salmon, sushi, or pizza you can imagine. There's something for everyone. Of course, you can't go on a trip with trying the famous hot dogs, hamburgers, and cheesecakes. You may enjoy a picnic in one of its parks, eat cheaply at one of its fast food establishments, or dine in one of its quiet candlelit restaurants in the West Village or Soho. Try visiting the Chelsea Market. If you're going to walk the High Line, stopping by the Chelsea Market for a bite to eat before or after your walk is a terrific idea. You'll discover stores selling high-quality food as well as various kiosks where you can grab a bite to eat at this culinary market. You'll also find bakeries, cupcake shops, and pastry shops if you're looking for desserts, breakfasts, or snacks. We're almost there. Number 4. Visit other cities such as Washington or Philadelphia. New York is a world unto itself, but the United States has so much to offer that it would be a shame to miss out on visiting surrounding cities like Washington or Philadelphia. You may learn a lot more about this country's culture and quirks if you take a guided tour of its history. Washington in particular seemed to me to be a great place, with numerous nooks, monuments, and attractions to uncover. Furthermore, its order, cleanliness, and majesty contrast with the turmoil of the Big Apple, so you'll round off your trip with this contemporary experience that won't disappoint. I'm pretty sure you will love number 3. Take in the vistas from the Roosevelt Island cable car. You may not have heard of this small island east of Manhattan, but if you have the time and want to try something new, it's a terrific way to spend an afternoon. It's advisable to ride the cable car, which departs from 2nd Avenue and 60th Street, and enjoy the scenery along the way. You'll visit some of Manhattan's most famous structures before landing on Roosevelt Island for a stroll along its pier. Other unique experiences in New York. If, in addition to the cable car, you want to learn about other unique activities to do in the city, I recommend reading various blogs and stories from other netizens, especially if you are not visiting the city for the first time, or if you want to branch out from the typical tour to take home a unique souvenir of your time in New York. This is one of my personal favorites, and I'm sure you'll also like number 2. Make the most out of your summer in the Big Apple. If there is a time of year when you can take advantage of additional daylight hours to explore the city outside, it is during the summertime in New York. True, temperatures are high and sometimes outrageously so. You'll look forward to welcoming the air conditioning in stores and buildings. But the cool nights on the terraces, endless walks across Manhattan, the Hudson River, and bike trips in Central Park will more than make up for it. Starting with the 4th of July fireworks, and considering that the baseball league is held in the summer, there are literally dozens of enjoyable activities available on the web that will make you want to stay in the city despite the heat. I can't believe you've made it here. If you like number 2, you should definitely try number 1. Brace yourself for the cold of New York City winter. If, on the other hand, you choose to visit the city in the winter, in addition to the tremendous draw of Christmas, I assure you that the cold will not prohibit you from enjoying the city, as it is well prepared for cold weather. It might even snow if you're lucky, leaving you with some postcard-worthy Christmas images. In addition to being able to watch NBA games, you'll savor a warm drink in one of the city's coziest cafes. My advice is to combine indoor activities in the afternoon, such as visiting lookouts or observatories, seeing a Broadway production, or shopping, with outdoor activities in the middle of the day, such as walking around the city, taking a Hudson River cruise, or passing through Central Park. If you're cold, don't worry. There are recommendations on multiple websites that detail all there is to see and do in New York during the winter, as well as what to carry, what to wear, and other tips to make your stay more than enjoyable. Whatever the case may be, there are a plethora of activities to do in New York. If you haven't purchased your tickets yet, you can look up some articles on the internet that will give you all the details regarding the ideal time to visit New York. The Big Apple is a city where great artists have dreamed of success, where many European immigrants have discovered a way to alter their fate, and where every tourist has discovered a desire to stay. New York is a city where closing your eyes is nearly impossible. There is so much to see and do that it is necessary to recognize what is worthwhile and what is not, so that you do not become overwhelmed. What are your top picks from our list? Let us know in the comment section below. I hope you guys are prepared to have the most amazing experience on your trip to New York. Thank you for watching, and make sure to leave this video a thumbs up if you would like to check out all the things New York City has to offer.